Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Black Ranger Review. We have another special episode today because we're accompanied by the lovely
Miss Jessica.
which doesn't seem special because she's always here, but it's fine. It's special.
It's not that special
Not that
because
special.
I'm in most of the videos.
Yeah, but one reason it might be special is because
Apparently they're all special.
they're all special. Is because we have so many things to review today. I have the entire core team, and maybe if I just splice the video together, also the sixth ranger of Shuriken Ranger. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shinkenger Ranger.
Shinkenger.
Yeah.
Shinkenger.
I'm already being defied. Which is basically a samurai-themed Power Ranger show. I think we'll just call it Power Ranger Samurai in America. Pretty terrible, in my opinion, in America. I watched the first two episodes a long time ago, and I could barely get through it. I can't watch a show that's steeped in Japanese culture, and the greatest samurai is a white guy. It's a bit weird. Anyway, so this show, I've seen these characters in some team-up movies, and I really like them. But now I'm watching the actual show. We're on episode 6, I believe, and it's pretty good. It's very different from my last video I just posted, which is all about the Tokyuja Rangers. This is the complete opposite. The characters are
very serious.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, the name of these rangers loosely translates to serious or something else, like serious or something else, but mainly serious. But it's not like a dark or super serious show or anything.
I mean, no more dark than the other Sentai.
Yeah, like there's some dark moments. Like I think this show has the highest body count so far. Like they just kill people. Like when the bad guys, like the putties, go in the streets and usually they shove them and punch them and chuck them. These guys have swords and they just slice them. Like, you don't see blood or anything, but they fall down, so you're meant to assume they're dead.
Probably dead.
They're dead. Anyway, this show is very different, and I'll get into it when I show each character. That the characters are more real and have real emotions, but also the Red Ranger is not a nice person. Like, he's kind of a jerk, and I have some conflicting emotions when it comes to how he's presented and how other characters react to his actions, if that makes any sense. Because he'll be an asshole to someone, and everyone will get mad about it, and then kind of just forgive him and learn their own personal lesson. But, like, no one calls him out on being an asshole that much. Like, one time so far. And even then, they just went like, maybe we're wrong.
He's one of the only times when he's actually a leader. Like, most of the time, it seems like the groups are kind of like, one person takes charge, but they're not officially the leader.
Yeah.
He happens to be the lord of whatever.
Yeah, again, this is very much Japanese culture show.
The other Sentai are there to help him.
He's the lord, commander,
in that
whatever.
respect, they kind of like gloss over when he's being a jerk because it's like telling your superior that they're being a jerk.
Yeah, in a weird way, it's
so
more of a military
thing.
thing.
Oh yeah, you must just be fine. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything about it.
Like when we get to Blue Ranger, he's much more like, this is my culture, and in the samurai worshipping culture, we have to listen to the Lord no matter what, and he kind of blindly follows that. But I'll get to that in a second. So first, let's review the SH figure art of the Red Ranger. Some box art. I'm gonna go a little faster because there's so many figures we're gonna go through.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very nice. So let's open them up.
More than one?
Yeah, let's open one. Do the next
We'll
red one.
save-
I'll say that for a spoiler, maybe, if you're gonna watch it.
Ooh la la.
La la. Noel. Alright, so he comes with his samurai sword, of course, which I thought was their morpher. I feel like the American version had that as their morpher. But, which makes sense because, again, very much Japanese culture. They have, what do they call them? The style of writing? With the ink? Anyway, the Japanese style of writing. Calligraphy? Yeah?
They do. They use these little
things here.
I don't know how well you'll see it, but it's like a little calligraphy brush. It's not coming out that good, but that's what they use to activate their powers. So they just draw in the air.
Yeah, their symbol, which is like their element, like the main Red Ranger's fire. And he draws a fire symbol, and then he can transform. So they also come with like these origami things, which I thought were the morphers, but not really. They become the Zords, which are actually kind of in this thing, and like little helper buddies.
Sort of like the extra little dudes from Kamen Rider Forze,
Yeah.
how they like they're objects, but then they turn into little guys. Like this one's a little tiny dragon.
They make up one of the ugliest Zords, I think. Actually, no. It's not one of the ugliest Zords. It kind of grows on you, but at first it's like, it's an origami-themed monster Zord? Alright.
So some of it is a little weird because before they attack with the actual Zord, they fly around in these things, but they're giant. And
So-
they just like hit them into the monster like a hockey puck.
Yeah, essentially, they just chuck themselves at the monsters.
And then they turn into the Zord.
Now I'm gonna change some fingers real quick so I can
Change some fingers.
and so I can show you them holding their samurai swords.
Ooh, it moves, Muffin.
Oh, very nice. As usual, I mean, I don't bother giving them a star rating anymore because it's so detailed with
They're
figure
so
arts.
great.
They're so great. And thankfully I found some on eBay that sold me an entire team for a very, very fair price. So here we go. The Red Ranger with his sword. Now, when they want, they can take the little disc here and pull it out and put in another disc that makes a new power weapon. So their sword will disappear. Does it actually come out?
Spin.
Oh, it spins.
Spinning the disc is one of their things.
Yeah.
It's
So
a thing.
his major power weapon is actually this giant. I don't know what the weapon would be called. It's not a sword.
It's a giant sword.
I think there's a particular name for it.
Sure.
Oh, this spins too. I don't know if it comes out, but it spins. So he would carry this and like hit waves of the putties from the show. So that's cool. And then we have the Blue Ranger, who I mentioned before, is a little more traditional values, if you will.
He's totally on board being part of this group.
Yes.
He left his life that was very important to him, and he just, that's it. This is what I'm doing now.
Like, he's the character who will shun you for even questioning the leader.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, he's definitely the comic relief also, because he'll do things that are stupid because he's so devoted.
Yeah.
And he'll, like, kind of give crap to anyone else in the team who's not being a perfect old traditional samurai. Which, again, I'm not always on board with, but that's his character, so it works. He comes with a sword, of course, like they all do, but also, very impressively, his mega weapon is like a bow and arrow, but, like, this looks like this spins,
So
which is
their
awesome.
disc spins, which is the thing that they do, and then this also comes out a little bit. So like he's gonna pull it.
That's really
to
cool.
Shoot an arrow.
Did you show the box art?
I did not yet.
Let me show the back of the box art. So here's the final product.
Organized over here.
Keep in mind, these are actually like much earlier in the collection of figure arts for Sentai when they first started doing it. I think this was the season that was on when they started doing it, possibly. Could be wrong. But you usually know when it's early when they don't have plastic in their hip joints. They weren't doing that yet. Very
They
nice.
don't have plastic hips.
Whatever she's talking about. Now we're going to do the Yellow Ranger, who's an idiot.
Aw, we just watched the episode where it was her character development, and I guess she used to be made fun of a lot when she was a kid. And the bully of the week, because I guess they're bullies.
Kind
they're
of.
Not monsters,
They're not monsters,
just
they're bullies, yeah.
Tells you truths and they're usually very sensitive things, like
you have mother issues.
You have mother
yeah.
issues.
And like,
you're a liar. You're...
When you hear this insult, you literally get blown away.
Yeah, that's his power.
And electrocuted.
So he keeps trying
to
say that she's stupid because that's what she's sensitive to, but she's heard it so much that she's like, slay.
Yeah, it's a little too real, kind of. Like, people who have
fighting.
bad self-esteem. Like, that's just what it is. It's messed up. But I like her character. I just think it's sad that she really does believe that she's dumb and worthless. Yeah. Except fighting. Even the other masters say, look at her and go, she's the best at samurai swords. At samurai swords. At sword play.
Yeah, that's better.
But if anyone who's ever watched Sentai knows, like, two kind of women on the show, either pink or yellow one will be serious and will be kind of like dumb or goofy, if you will. Her figure comes with a different skirt, it looks like.
Yeah, so the women come with different skirts because you'll see on the box art, actually, when you pose her, you know, the skirt gets in the way. So they give you a different skirt with like a little hole so that her leg can go through, so you can actually pose her differently, which is kind of cool.
Very cool, yeah.
They thought of everything. Maybe if they didn't put her in a skirt, they wouldn't have to worry about that.
That's not the toy company's fault.
It's not the toy company's fault.
So
I guess her waist comes off, and then you can put these extra skirt pieces on. There's a couple different pieces.
That's
so you can
fun.
drop it like that.
Her weapon of choice, her super weapon, is this like knife disc.
They call it a slicer.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right.
In the show, that's what they call it.
Let's see if I can get that hand. I can't.
Get these
hands.
All right, it's all in Japanese.
It's all in Japanese, so.
Slicer.
Oh well.
Slicer, no slicing.
Slicing and dicing. So I'll make her hold that this time. Yay!
Yay! Well, hold her like they can see.
So someone should be opening the other box.
I'm sorry.
But they weren't.
I was looking at the tiny gorilla.
Yes.
Tiny. So cute.
So that's the dumb one, as she calls herself. I do feel bad.
I feel so bad for her.
I do like the...
And she keeps saying things like, I'm a girl, but I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't cook.
Which way is that
She
sexist?
can't clean. She tried to make some kind of like healing compress and ended up spilling it all over and then slipping on it and falling. And she's like, I'm so stupid. Like, oh, kid, stop.
It's odd. It is odd. Going next to the next woman on the team.
Oh. I thought we were just doing the next one. I was doing the green one.
Next one on the team is the Pink Ranger. Again, sorry I don't put any names because they're Japanese names and I don't know. I know the last name of the Red Ranger is Shibata because it's the ancient Shibata clan.
Kotoha?
Is that her name? The Yellow Ranger's name? I don't know. I barely know English names. So
Chiaki?
Chiaki's the Green Ranger?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the Pink Ranger.
I don't know her name. I've only seen a couple episodes too. So.
Yeah. She is the stoic character. Very stoic character, very serious. Up, maybe up. Maybe I'll flash it on the bottom.
He's gonna flash you guys.
And she's the more serious character, but also if you're in need, she becomes a motherly character, and she cooks. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Listen,
if you're sick,
she cooks. She just doesn't cook good food.
And they all have no problem telling her that. Oh no, sorry, they don't tell her that, but they don't mind talking about it behind her back, which is better. Listen, if someone's not good at cooking, just tell them. If someone's great, you constantly tell them so they know they're doing great.
Thanks.
Other than that one time, it wasn't good.
You know,
the chicken wasn't good.
I have to do it every once in a while so you remember how good my cooking really is.
So let's see the Pink Ranger. I also like, and I'll show you a group picture soon. I like that they have a height difference. You know, it's not like a generic.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. And it does make sense because the Blue Ranger should be the
He's
tallest
a
one.
little taller.
He's a little taller
And
than
then the
everyone else.
yellow one's a little shorter. Because she's younger than them.
The pink one's super weapon is a fan. That's like the one weapon I'm like, that's kind of lame. But it's hers. If I can pop it out. There we go. And it looks like it has a hinge so it can actually spin, right? No? I guess it can't. It just looks like it has a metal part, but...
This spins.
No.
No, nothing spins. Never mind.
But it is cool. I'll give her sword as long as I don't lose this hand.
I guess when you think of the... They're supposed to be the elements.
Yes.
So it's fire, water, wood.
Yeah, it's...
Is one of the
He
elements.
says wood, but it should be leaves,
but
right?
it's like leaves and wood, I guess. And then ground and air. So fan, air, I get it.
Very nice design. I love these designs. I love that in 33 seasons, or 32 seasons at the time, they never had a samurai theme. In all of a Japanese show, they never had a samurai theme. It seems very odd. They had ninjas and dinosaurs and cops and cars multiple times. And like, you know what? Let's try samurais. That's like the biggest thing in our culture from our history. Also, each one comes with a little clip so you can put their samurai sword on their side, which is really cool.
It sticks out a little, but it's cute.
That's kind of the way it works. Well, they don't usually use that much because when they change weapons, it transforms into the super weapon. So they don't have a reason, really, to have the sword there.
I don't know what this little thing is.
That's where they the pouch where they keep these.
Yeah. Go figure.
Nick knows.
Nick knows things.
So if I didn't show you
Doesn't stay there.
her, I'm gonna say it's pretty well. The Pink Ranger's animal is a turtle that when it comes into play, it flies. So it's just a random flying turtle. That's a thing. Now let's get to the Green Ranger, who I think so far has had the most character development from what we've seen. He's not as super into all this samurai stuff because each member, basically, it's in their family. They're called retainers. It's in their family that they have to help the Lord when he commands it. So these kids grew up probably with stories about what they should be doing, but weren't like crazy about it. They weren't raised in the culture, except the Blue Ranger seems to be raised in that traditional Japanese culture.
I think that's maybe just his personality.
But he does a kabuki show,
Yeah.
so which is all about tradition and culture and stuff like that. Unlike the Green Ranger, who just plays video games. And even in the first episode was like, you're all way too serious about this. Let's just become Power Rangers, basically. And
And then he says Power Rangers.
And this is Power
the rest
Rangers.
Of them were really confused about
what's
that.
that? What's a Power Ranger?
I
So-
love how tiny their guys are.
Yeah.
So cute.
So I do appreciate his character because he was basically the only one to call out the Lord Shibata about being a dick. And I like that right now in the show, his view has changed to, he's still a dick, but I want to be better than him one day. And that's why I'm going to stay on this team. Almost he's playing the rest of the group in a way, where he's like, I have my own ulterior motives. Not evil, but just, I'm going to be better. I'll play this game so I can be better. And I really like that.
There it is.
Oh, wow, yeah. His super weapon's a staff, and it looks great. 3D. Yeah, really nice
We're
super
gonna
weapon.
add that in post-production.
Yeah, it's gonna shoot out at you. So I really enjoy his character so far. He's just the goofy one, which again, when it comes to any Sentai series, the red can vary, but like blue and green, one of them's gonna be serious and one's gonna be goofy. Or kind of like the rebel of the group. And pink and yellow, one's gonna be stoic and serious and one's gonna be goofy. It's just what it is usually, especially with that color pattern. And for red, like I mentioned before, he is very different. He is serious, but also doesn't really give a shit about his team, which is what I don't like about him. He does not care about his team. Is that fair so far? He sees them as assets, not as
I don't know
partners.
if that's part of
His
like
tough
when
guy exterior?
yeah, a tough guy like don't care too much about people because you're fighting to the death.
in the first episode, he tells them either you'll win or you'll die.
And then he's gonna leave the Yellow Ranger behind because she got hurt.
Yeah, the Yellow Ranger took a shot for that was meant for him, and she went
in front of him, took the hit, and he's like, she's useless if she's that weak.
Yeah, like the other Rangers all like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, leave her. If she can't keep fighting, fuck off. Like, it was really messed up. Like, which again is a nice twist for a character, but it was dark.
Yeah. I'm waiting for his episode to show us why he's such a dick.
Also, before we get into the last character right now, the bad guys are interesting. They live in our dimension as they usually do, on a boat on a blood river, and they're cool designs. And it seems like the main bad guy was banished by the Shibata clan, and he's pissed off that there's any more left. He thought he killed them all when he was banished, and they're not. So basically, they literally fish out bad guys that live in the water, and then they can come back to Earth through a crack, random cracks.
Yeah.
But so far, they're fine. And now, this is someone we can't speak much of because we haven't gotten to her yet. I know that she's a sister, or a secret sister, of the main character. So, it is the only time in Sentai history that the Red Ranger, is a woman. So, awesome. Let's get more of that. I know she's the most popular character from the American translation. I only know that because in Shattered Grid, she was a major part of it, and I kind of looked into that character. And she was pretty cool. So, hey, let's get a female-led team. Why not? What's the harm in that, Japan? Because America can't do it, basically, unless Japan does it, for the most part.
Unless they just put her in pants. She doesn't have to wear a skirt.
But you might get the problem they had in Zoo Ranger.
Make her flat-chested.
With a bulge?
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, go all the way. Get a transsexual led team. Why not?
Why not?
Everyone's welcome here.
2019. We could take it into a lot of different places.
You can. Nothing too crazy on the description. Just the hips thing again. She comes with the same weapon as her brother.
Super. Is it the same design?
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, same exact thing.
Alright.
But it does feel like special when you see her like, oh, a female Red Ranger. Like, we kind of get that with Tokyuger because they change colors. But it's different.
She's not the leader.
None of them are the leader.
None of them are.
They're all the leader, and none of them are the leader. Essentially, it's a thing. You watched the video,
it's a thing.
Unless we didn't mention it.
I don't remember.
I just edited it. I don't remember. So here we go. Very happy to have this team, especially for the price I got them at all at once. Let's compare her to her brother. Very nice. And let me show you a quick group shot. Now, I'll probably splice in the next video I have with this one. In case I don't, whatever, sorry. But it'll be the Gold Ranger.
Too bad.
Too bad. And that's the team.
The height difference here.
Very cool. Alright, guys. I'm not going to say bye because I'm going to splice it together. So until then, back to you, Nick. Hey, guys. Still here. Still me. Jess got evaporated. And I have, like I said I would, the Gold Ranger. Again, I've not gotten to him yet in the show, so I have no idea what his backstory is, other than I'm pretty sure he rolls sushi. Here's the back of his box. I'm also just really happy that I'll have a full Ranger team in SH figure art form. I didn't think I'd ever have that because they're all expensive, but thanks to eBay and good deals, I do. And one day, I might even have the villain of this group, even though he's a bit pricey. I would get the servants of the Red Ranger because they're like $20 on eBay. They don't move, there's no articulation. They're called Figure Arts Zero, I think. He has a lot going on. His disc is actually separate, unlike the other Rangers. His disc under his sword, which is interesting. I have no frame of reference for this Japanese lantern he comes with, or I'm assuming the Crab Zord. Sure. But that's why we have instructions with pictures, because if there's instructions, that's Japanese, and I do not speak that. So, that's pretty cool. You can have one sword kind of like tucked behind his back. Let's see if I can just show it to you in reality instead of an instruction sheet. Alright, so it looks like this can't go in the sheath. I'm assuming it's supposed to be the same thing. A little confused, it's okay. I see this thing going on, which looks like it's supposed to be a representation of this thing. Kind of laying it out there. He comes with this little lantern. I don't know if it's supposed to do anything. He also comes with what looks like a squid. He has a lot of accessories. Comes with a squid-looking thing. A crab-looking thing. Crab people. Sorry. He has 2 sets of hands. Oh, okay, here we go. This one looks like you can put inside. No, that's a lie. You can't. Wonder what the point is of that. He has a hand staff looking thing over here. Very intrigued about what the hell this guy has. Very interested to get to his episodes, which I don't know when it is, but I want episode like, I want to say 11. Which is usually like the new arcs start after episode 12 in Sentai, it seems, and Kamen Riders. Whoa. This guy's, oh, that's not good. The ball joint came out here instead of coming out of the hand, so that's not good. So I'll just leave that alone. That fist is closed now. Let's see what we got going on. He's supposed to hold weapons like so. Some nice poses. Yeah, I'm not getting that hand out. Okay. Hey, manufacturing problems happen. He's gonna be punching people a lot. Let's see if I can get this ring around this bit over here. I can. Alright. Doesn't like lock in or anything. Oh, now it does when I do it the right way. That's cool that his sword is a little different. He seems to be holding a sword more like this. Like upside down kind of, like he's gonna slice and dice to it. I guess he's supposed to be holding this, which I can't show you right now. And usually in the other hand he would have this. Nope. Yeah, no, this one. Looks like he'd have this in his hand. Because I've seen like in samurai movies and stuff, when they have like their sheath and their sword in one hand, they kind of fight like that. Like Kill Bill, if you ever seen Lucy Liu's fight scene. I can put this part behind his back, which is cool. Let's see how well that goes. It's kind of small. Let's see, like a second sword, I'm assuming. Yeah. That's going. Cool. So, yeah. Other than that little snafu with the hand joint, if you don't understand, like, I don't want to do it again, but when I popped this out, instead of the ball staying here in the wrist, it came out with the hand. So I don't want to mess up and break it and then I have a handless Gold Ranger. So, to recap, all of these amazing figures I have, and first time ever completed a team. I'll do like a little team picture. I'll post it up here soon. We have the Red Ranger. Standing ability. Red Ranger. Possible sister secret Red Ranger. And with a skirt. We have the ever obedient Blue Ranger. And they do stand very well, because I've had these posed on a table in my house, and they have not fallen once. Even the pink and yellow Ranger that have special skirts, so when they bend, they can stand, they haven't really fallen. I've been posing him with this one lately. This super weapon. Very nice. Then we have pink. Stupid yellow. This one, in the pose I put her in, her standing's not as good. Oh, boom, check it out. Probably put her like that so you can get a better view. And then finally, today's special gift, Sentai Gold. And you know, all of them are great. Obviously the problem with his hand, but that's not like a problem that I'm sure not every Gold Ranger has. It's probably, you know, manufacturing error for this one. But it is really nice. I'm really happy to have it. And thank you to the guys on eBay who gave me these awesome deals. His was pretty basic, about 40 bucks. But the rest of these, 200 bucks for a whole team, basically, is awesome. So thank you guys for watching this super duper video. I'm sure it's like 30 minutes long or something. Let's see how I edit it. And yeah, I hopefully I can do more complete teams. I'm really hoping my next video is the Lightning Collection. So it's been kind of like leaking everywhere that one Target here or there will have it, but then some places won't sell it to you even though they have it, because like there's a street date and some Targets obey that, some don't. So it's a whole thing. But definitely next month I'll have the Lightning Collection one way or another. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it, and see you next time.